Thank you for listening to Galacticus-Man. All characters and places are fictionalized. Any similarities to persons living or dead is purely satirical. On the far side of the galaxy, in the traffic flying above the Krogan homeworld, the Volpini resistance fighter has had his robot take a parallel course over a small personal vessel. The Volpini, who to human eyes would best be described in appearance as a humanoid fox, readies his blaster pistol in preparation for boarding the small personal vessel. We're right above him. Dive and fire. Great landing, X-94. I have to move quickly. Open the door. Command confirmed. Gah! Who are you? Why are you attacking me? Sit down. My robot has disabled your manual controls for the moment. This will be much easier if you cooperate. Are you secret police? I work for the Emperor. No, I'm not a Terrican. Oh, then you're a real Volpini? Like you? Yes, that's rather the point. Now take your paw off that communicator. You're not one of the Emperor's men. Oh, you're very smart. What gave it away? The fact that I'm not a Terrican or that I just boarded your vessel? But I said take your paw off the communicator. Do you have any idea what they'll do to me if I don't report you? Oh, is that all? Well, you've been captured by the Resistance now, son. Surrender to me and we'll protect you. It might be a bit hairy getting out of here, but X-94 is a great pilot. He can take you back on my ship. But I must insist, paw off the communicator. You have no idea what they're like. Oh, but I do, son. Much more than you realize. You can't protect me from the Terricans. You've heard of the Order of the Galacticus-Man. You worship the devil. No, son. The Emperor worships the devil. We fight on the side of justice with the humans of Earth. No. You won't be able to get me out. I warn you, son. Bless it. Last time on Galacticus-Man, our hero received a metaphysical transmission which he cannot remember and is uncontrollably compelled to return to the Earth. Though, without remembering the transmission, he has no idea why, or what the compulsion means. Meanwhile, the nefarious villain known as the Science has unleashed his horrible manufactured virus on the Earth. The world is unaware that the Science has created this virus to subject humanity to the oppression of Emperor Jing from the far side of the galaxy. We join our hero and his trusty sidekick Squarebot as they break pursuit of a pirate ship to return to Earth.
Do you have any sort of plan about what needs to be done when we get to Earth?
No, I've got to figure that out. Are there any transmissions coming from Earth?
In fact, there have been radiograms of various sorts. Several of them have been addressing some manner of virus pandemic that has broken out on Earth.
A virus pandemic? Deja vu. Is it serious?
It seems to be quite serious indeed, and unlike the Y2K bug, which wiped out most of my kind, as well as the computers of Earth and the Moon, this virus is affecting humans. Scanning for various transmissions, it seems that a global announcement is even now being made by the President's office. I will bring it up on the chronophotography teletransmitter screen.
Why does everything around here have such long names? I mean, it's a telecast that's visual. Couldn't we just call it like a television or something? But yes, please, put it on. As the gratuitously multisyllabic audio-visual apparatus known as the chronophotography teletransmitter system springs to life, the President of Earth is holding a press conference before a large gathering of reporters. As Squarebot tunes in, the President is already speaking. This pandemic is getting really bad, let me tell you. So bad. And you know what it does, this virus? It causes gas. Horrible gas, let me tell you. You know, I had gas one time after eating too many seafood tacos at the taco barn. Really, it's a nice place, though. You should go there. But the gas you get there is bad, like the sulfur of many volcanoes, okay? But those tacos, they were some bad hombres, let me tell you. It was so bad I thought I had the poops. I said to the bathroom attendant, I said, sorry, I think I got the poops, okay? But actually it was just gas, really bad gas. He said afterwards, it was so windy in there, I thought I was fighting for my life to stay on a depressurized spaceship. It's a true story. It's what he said. But now they're telling me that the gas you get with this virus is even worse than that. Worse than hurricane-force winds. Can you believe it? I told them don't tell me that because I can't believe it. But it's true. They're telling me the gas you get with this virus will kill your grandmother. Dear old granny. Nasty, nasty stuff, let me tell you. So if you get the virus, you might think, hey, this ain't too bad. My tummy's a bit grumbly. Maybe I got the poops a little bit, but hey, it's not so bad. But it is bad. When you pass the gas, it can be fatal to the people around you. That's what they're telling me. Fatal. You fart, they die. Bad, bad gas. Many grannies have already died from the gas. That's what they're telling me. And let me tell you, the other day I went to Seattle, and right there at Pike's Place Market with all the fish and the homeless people, there was a man with some gas. And I smelled the gas. And I could have just died, let me tell you. Saw my life flash before my eyes, I really did. But I'm okay. But the grannies are not okay, that's what they're telling me. The grannies and the old people, they're gonna die from the smell of your farts, okay? So now we're gonna hear from the Earth's most beloved doctor, and he's gonna tell us all about it. And he'll tell us what to do. He's such a good doctor. More gooder than you realize. As bad as my gas was after I had those fish tacos that I told you about, he's exactly that much more good than how bad that was. What? Very, very good. In fact, he's so good, they call him the Science. They don't even call him by his name, can you believe it? Somebody asked me, they said, what's his name? And I said, I don't know. They just call him the Science. True story. But anyways, here he is, the Earth's most beloved doctor, affectionately known as the Science.
Thank you, Mr. President. As you know, a totally naturally occurring virus, which wasn't manufactured and hasn't been manipulated by scientists at all, just happened to break out on the tiny, secluded island of Pangolia. Wait, I'm sorry, did I say Pangolia? I meant Penguinia, far, far to the south. The virus broke out on the tiny, secluded island of Penguinia. There's no such island as Pangolia, so please disregard my slip of the tongue. At the time of the outbreak, I warned all the citizens that we should quarantine every human alive everywhere, but as you know, my advice was not heeded, and people went about their lives as though the island of Pangolia did not exist. These are clearly ignorant people who live among us, who deny the existence of islands. Now, because the world did not heed the clear dictates of the Science, by which I mean me, the virus has now miraculously spread so that there are outbreaks of it, amazingly, at each of the four corners of all continents of the Earth, except for Antarctica. It seems that penguins may have some sort of natural immunity to the virus, but we're looking into that. Now, I know that all of you are worried about your children, but don't stress about it. It seems that children, like penguins, are far less susceptible to the virus, both in carrying it and in being killed by the rank odors of the flatulence caused by the virus. We're going to recommend that all schools and play areas for children be shut down, however, because if the children are having fun while the rest of us are miserable, that would be unfortunate. In the meantime, we are recommending that every place that does not yet have outbreaks of the virus hide in their homes in fear, and that every place where the outbreaks presently are, that those communities congregate immediately into crowds and long lines at the grocery store to purchase adult diapers to stop the spread of your gas. Diapers. Everyone should be wearing diapers. Also, be aware that we are working around the clock to find a cure for the virus. But we need you all good and terrified, we need to make sure it works, rather, before we release it to the public. That's basically the whole update. I guess now I'll open the floor for questions. Mr. the Science! That's Dr. the Science, but yes, go ahead.
It sounds like the issue is that the virus is only fatal to those who smell the gas and not necessarily those who are having it. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, follow-up question. If smelling the gas is the problem, can't we all just wear masks to stop smelling it instead of diapers?
What? Masks? That's ridiculous. Could you imagine everyone on the planet walking around with covered faces like soulless automatons? You couldn't expect the whole population of the Earth to wear masks. It's unreasonable. Think of the indignity. That's why we recommend wearing diapers. Next question.
Dr. the Science, you've stated that the virus is broken out on 6 continents of the Earth. Are the Moon and Mars colonies expected to be affected by the virus as well? Absolutely! This is a very contagious virus, and while it has not yet reached the Moon and Mars colonies, it's only a matter of time before they do so. We recommend that the presently healthy colonists of those planetoids do as recommended for all non-affected people and quarantine themselves. But Dr. The Science, as there are no present lunar or Martian outbreaks, wouldn't it just make sense to screen any travelers from Earth to those colonies to be sure the virus doesn't spread to them rather than quarantine the healthy people? What? I'm sorry, I think your microphone isn't working. I can't hear you. Next question. Dr. The Science, you said that children are less susceptible to contracting or passing the fatal gas. Are you recommending that children wear diapers as well? Well, I guess most children already wear diapers until they're 17? So basically they can just keep wearing the diapers they already have. Doctor of the Science. You know what? No more questions. That'll do for today. In fact, you probably shouldn't all be here in such a large group without diapers on. So just let me reiterate. Those of you in affected areas, go immediately into places of public concourse, congregating wherever you must in order to procure diapers. Those of you in non-affected areas, rest assured that this dreadful pandemic is coming for you. Hide in your homes, cut off all human contact, and please stare at blank walls. We're not 100% sure, but boredom, loneliness, depression, these all may help prevent the spread of the virus. And even if we're wrong about that, it's always better safe than sorry. So if you want to be proactive, get bored and isolated. And if not, you're obviously an evil person who doesn't care about the people around you. Don't be an island denier. Thank you for your time. As the Science leaves the podium, Squarebot turns off the teletransmitter. My goodness, what horrible news. A virus which causes people to pass fatal gas spreading across the Earth? What do you think, Squarebot? Do we need to pick up some diapers?
As we are presently isolated aboard the Starfire, it is clear that we are in no danger of contracting the virus. The announcement indicates that the pandemic has not left the planet of Earth. Additionally, as I analyze the data presented in the announcement, it seems that the health representative is not being entirely forthcoming. Did not elements of the announcement strike you as suspicious?
Well, I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but they certainly did. There was a line in there. Something about finding a cure. Could you replay that for me, Squarebot?
Certainly.
Also, be aware that we are working around the clock to find a cure for the virus. But we need you all good and terrified. We need to make sure it works, rather, before we release it to the public.
That's it. He said we need to make sure it works before releasing it to the public. Do you think there's already a cure and he's withholding it?
Good perception, Galacticus-Man. But I might also point out another element of concern. In what may be perceived as a Freudian slip, he began to say that the population should be good and terrified.
Jumpin' jalopies, you're right, Squarebot. It's easy to miss because it sounded like a simple slip of the tongue that anyone might make.
If I could, I would like to also point out another similar apparent slip of the tongue which occurred earlier in the discourse.
Certainly.
On the tiny, secluded island of Pangolia. Wait, I'm sorry, did I say Pangolia? I meant Penguinia. Far, far to the south. The virus broke out on the tiny, secluded island of Penguinia. There's no such island as Pangolia, so please disregard my slip of the tongue.
Penguinia is a small island in the South Atlantic coast near Antarctica. As far as anyone knows, the island is populated only by penguins. Yet the science clearly stated that penguins do not seem to be affected by the virus. By these facts, it is highly unlikely, if not impossible, for the virus to have broken out there.
Say, do you think that this was a manufactured disease that has been released by a domineering tyrant in order to give the people a cure which will serve to control the population rather than help it?
Yes, I do. At any rate, the steps they seem to be taking, ostensibly to stop the spread of the disease, do not follow the course of logic.
All right, but let's be real about this. So far, our theory sounds more like a radio theater melodrama than real life. We've got to get some facts. What do we know about this island of Pangolia? Wait! Pangolia. There's something about that. Yes. Even when he mentioned it, something about that resonates.
Accessing Internal Encyclopedia. Pangolia. Pangolia is a small, volcanically formed island with an expansive network of subterranean caves and tunnels.
So the island does exist. That means we've caught Dr. Fausti in a lie.
Its main industry is livestock rearing, and its main exports are meat and guano.
Ah, guano. That's the name of an exotic pudding. For some reason, we had to eat a bowl of it as a part of the initiation into my fraternity at the academy.
In fact, guano is a Spanish word used to describe cumulate piles of chiroptera fecal matter.
Chiropractic what?
It's actually bat poop.
Okay. Let's move on to something else.
You said you had to eat an entire bowl?
You know what? I don't want to talk about it. Let's, what kind of livestock do they raise there?
Bats.
Bats?
Yes, thus the guano. The island is home to over 300 species of bats, previously unknown to civilization. For centuries, locals surrounding the island referred to it as Vampire Island, or the Island of Dragons. They eschewed travel near its coasts. Pangolia only recently entered the Forum of Global Civilization when a team of scientists traveled there to study the various new species of bats on the island. As it is a volcanic island, and as there is a cornucopious overabundance of chiropteran feces, the island is covered on its own terrain level with immensely fertile soil. It is a lush jungle island with a number of other indigenous species. The natives of Pangolia live either in caves uninhabited by bats or in small guano huts, and subsist almost entirely on a diet of bat meat and guano.
Okay, so creepy forbidden island where they live inside poop hovels and eat mainly flying rodents. That's disgusting.
While bats are usually small mammals, which are in appearance similar to rodent species, they are not technically rodents. Guano huts are apt shelters from rain and storm, and the Pangolian high-protein diet is arguably one of the most nutritious in the world.
Well, all the same, I don't plan to convert to their lifestyle anytime soon. So where is this little formerly unknown island located?
That is another immense peculiarity about Pangolia. The island is far to the north, above Iceland, some few hundred miles off the coast of Greenland.
Wait a minute. You said that it was a tropical island?
That is correct. And the very peculiar thing about it, given its location, Pangolia should have a cold, even Arctic climate. However, it is somehow hot and humid, as though the island has its own climate, quite apart from the surrounding region.
Is there any research into how that could be possible?
There is no satisfactory hypothesis for this phenomenon listed in the internal encyclopedia.
Perhaps we should assume the encyclopedia is simply misinformed on this. Either it's in the Arctic regions, or it's a tropical island. I'm inclined to assume that it must actually be somewhere further south, given the climate information. However, as we don't have any information about its location aside from the encyclopedia, I suppose we start by eliminating that possibility.
I tend to agree with your assessment and your plan of action.
Well, I suppose there's only one thing for it, Squarebot. Set our course and get my galoshes. We're on a quest to find Bat Poop Island. And so, as they continue along their course earthward, our hero readies the landing vessel, the Galactipod, while Squarebot repairs his damaged jetpack and packs a lunch, lest our hero of necessity must needs eat the poop of the island.
Thank you for listening to Galacticus-Man. We'll return to today's adventure after a brief message. This is Picklesworth Figglestein with a word from our sponsor. Do you have trouble falling out of bed at night? Quicksand Mattresses offers a bed you'll never fall out of. According to a poll by American Hogwash, 1 in 5 individuals fall out of bed onto the cold hard floor up to 16 times a night. And need I tell you that that's exactly what you should expect to find with spring mattresses. It only stands to logic when you lay down on springs that physics takes over. But if you're a prudent, well-educated, and sophisticated master of logic, you'll see clearly that what you want is a Quicksand foam mattress. Why, Quicksand's patented foam mattress is so soft that its comfort is literally inescapable. And since we're most concerned with our dear customers' comfort, we've tested this product first on cute, harmless, and cuddly little animals. Here's what some satisfied customers have said about Quicksand mattresses. Sammy Sagmore from Saskatchewan said, It's like a thick bog that slurps you right into inescapable depths. That's right, Sammy. Inescapable depths of comfort. Matthew Matheson from Mothball, Montana said, "It's like sinking into a ball of bread dough which forms to your body and never lets go." Scott Carlson from South Carolina said, "My wife had to call the fire department to come pull me out of it. When they finally got me out, they thought I was dead." Well, how about that? Scott was sleeping so soundly, so blissfully, that it seemed as though he had slipped from this world and into paradise. Ida Idleton from IHOP, Idaho, called her quicksand mattress downright suffocating. When you sink into a quicksand mattress, you'll find yourself engulfed in form-fitting comfort. Order yours today. And now back to Galacticus-Man.
Somewhere on the frigid waters off the eastern coast of Greenland, a small fishing boat approaches a dense fog. Aboard the boat are 3 mercenaries in the employ of one Dr. Antoine Fausti. A large, scarred hulk of a man stands at the bow in a heavy parka, staring at the approaching fog. "This the place?" "Da, we are approaching the coordinates. This must be the famed mist surrounding Pangolia." But just then, the boat's engines shut down, and the vessel slows to a gentle drift toward the fog. "What happened? Why are we stopping?" "Sorry, Jacko, the pilot. He says he won't go no further. Says he ain't going into the fog." "Bring him out here."
Hey, fishmonger, get out of here. Boss wants a word with you.
"Yes, sir. What can humble Sven do for you?" "Start up the engines. Drive us through to the island." "Sorry, sir. Not going fog." "Well, we're not waiting for the fog to clear. I not take boat in fog. Pangolia is just over there." "Yes, the Island of Dragons not far. I no go to Island of Dragons." "We're paying you to take us there. You said you would." "No. You ask if I know where island is. Yes, I know Island of Dragons, but the dangers of island is bad. Versed in legends, I think. I no want to go. You force me take you to Island of Dragons. Here you are. You not force me go in fog. You hurt me, maybe kill me. I not go in fog." "The island is inside the fog?" "Yes, fog always cover island. Then you have to take us into the fog." "No, I no go closer Island of Dragons." "Listen, Sven, you don't know who you're talking to here. You got any idea why they call Jacko here the kookaburra?" "No, because he'll break every bone in your body before he kills you." "I say it once, I say it twice. I say it one more time. I not go in fog." "Look, we're this close to the island. Aren't you scared of the dragons coming out here?" "No, Nordland's too cold for dragon. Dragons stay in fog. Sven not go in fog." "Well, how about this then? Take us into the fog, or I'll kill you. Out here you die for sure. In there you might get away." "You kill me here, steal boat, I not go in fog." "And what if I do break every bone in your body?" "Then you must pilot boat." "Look, what good is taking us here if you won't get us through to the island? How are we supposed to get there?" "You take a lifeboat." "If we take the lifeboat, you're not getting it back." Good, you take lifeboat, I not get it back." "Good, a lifeboat, costs Sven 3 years' wages, very big, take all you need, all your things fit in lifeboat. Sven not go in fog, Sven a happy man." "Look, you know there are modern laboratories on that island now, right? Plenty of ships have gone to and from that island." "Yes, a magic man go to Island of Dragons, do bad things there, but dragons not kill him. He is evil like dragons, maybe. Maybe this why they not kill him. You think it's safe because bad man, evil like dragon go there. But now sickness come from island, kill people all over the world. We know, we fishermen know, not to go in island. We a warn people. A stupid people not listen, go in island anyway. Now a bad sickness come from island, maybe kill everyone in the world." What is he talking about? Isn't the virus supposed to be from the island in the south somewhere? Don't worry about it. We'll have a meeting with the science when we get there. "All right, Sven. We'll take the lifeboat. But I want you back here in 1 week's time to pick us up. I be here, you be dead. Jacko, you want me kill Pilot? Nah, he's right. We can fit everything into his lifeboat. That's better than taking this larger boat anyhow. If we find any good rivers or streams, we could sail up into the island interior, save us some time. Okay. You want me kill Pilot anyways? Don't trouble yourself. We'll just let him go. He's no trouble. I not even waste bullet. I break neck, maybe strangle, press thumbs into eye sockets into brain, no trouble. Thanks, but that's alright. Let's just load his stuff and get into the lifeboat. The 3 ruthless mercenaries load their weapons, ammunition, explosives, detonators, backup blastificator batteries, and toiletry bags into the little lifeboat. The fisherman helps lower the boat into the water, and they paddle into the fog surrounding the island. As they pass through the heavy mist, they begin to discern a quick temperature shift. Not far into the mist of the island, the air has become quickly warm, and then downright hot. The 3 mercenaries shed their heavy parkas and winter gear, but find that even their lower layers of clothing are too warm for this oppressive temperature. And as they continue, they begin to hear strange, eerie sounds in the distance. Do you hear that? Yeah. What did he say about the dragons? Said they stay in the fog because it's too cold in the north. Once the Starfire is orbiting Earth, our hero piles into the Galactopod and begins his flight downward through the atmosphere to the tiny jungle island of Pangolia. His trusty partner and sidekick Squarebot remains on the Starfire to assist from above. Using coordinates from the most up-to-date public records, Galacticus-Man pilots the Galactopod into the frosty Arctic North. He expects he will find nothing at all, or perhaps some small, desolate iceberg, and need to begin his search for the island in southerly tropical regions. As Galacticus-Man approaches the coordinates of the little island, he is suddenly enveloped by an immense fog. Undaunted by his inability to navigate by sight through the viewports of the Galactopod, our hero turns to monitor the instruments. Yet now he discovers that the Galactopod's advanced computer navigation system is not showing any readings at all. Squarebot, I've lost visibility and the Galactopod's navigation system is not working.
That is peculiar. I did run a full diagnostics test on all computer systems of the Galactopod before you left. All systems were functioning optimally. Furthermore, the Galactopod has just disappeared from all monitoring systems of the Starfire, and I can read nothing of your present location. Perhaps you should pull up from the fog and see if we can re-establish your position.
Yet just now, the Galactopod begins to experience a great amount of turbulence, casting our hero about violently in his seat. Our hero attempts to pull up to clear out of the fog, but suddenly the Galactopod jolts, its motion entirely arrested. It seems no longer to be flying, but carried, and in a sideways direction. Galacticus-Man, completely out of control of the vehicle, stares out the viewport. He finds that he is no longer looking at a blank fog, but into what appears to be a giant, cavernous mouth. Zounds! Squarebot, can you see anything from your position?
Negative.
I think the Galactopod is being eaten by some sort of giant flying thing.
Galacticus-Man, please confirm your last transmission. Did you say the Galactopod is being eaten?
Our hero stares out through the viewport, beholding now a giant monolithic mountain of paint slapping viciously at the side of the Galactopod, jolting the vessel on each impact, and leaving the viewport covered in thick, creamy gobs and nasty trails of goo. Affirmative! The Galactopod is being eaten, and I think whatever it is licking us. Will our hero escape the jaws of the terrible beast that has gotten hold of the Galactopod? Can he thwart the plans of the science to subject humanity to the oppression of Emperor Jing? Find out next time on Galacticus-Man! Thank you for listening to Galacticus-Man. Please like, subscribe to, and share this content. And think of all of the miserable unfortunates who have never even heard of this podcast. Yes, dear listener, they're out there. Picture them now in their utter destitution, withering into dry, lifeless husks in the midst of their doldrum. I know you don't want to think of it, and neither do I. Those poor, helpless creatures, wallowing in their boredom. But consider that you can make a difference. When you press the like button on a Galacticus-Man podcast or video, that like goes into the mystical ether of algorithms which make up the very fabric of internet bolsterification. Or something, I don't really know. And those magical algorithms churn and combobulate into a tasty stew of electro-web-a-bobble which the internet grimboids eat, and it gives them energy to spread the Galacticus-Man podcast. That's the whole scientific reason it works. The internet grimboids. And when they spread Galacticus-Man, entertainment-starved hipsters, boomers, and Gen Zers alike can enjoy this content. And so can bag ladies, Walmart greeters, big wealthy oilmen, cattle barons, and pedestrians of all sorts. But unfortunately not the Amish, because they don't believe in the internet. If you tell just one soul about Galacticus-Man, you may just save them some few precious moments of horrible doldrum which their life undoubtedly consists of without it. Won't you have compassion on your fellow man? Won't you share Galacticus-Man? I know you will, good listener. Galacticus-Man is a gross production, brought to you in part by Deep Bunker Studios. All characters and places are fictionalized. Any similarities to persons living or dead is purely satirical. This episode of Galacticus-Man has been written, produced, and performed by Isaac Gross. Sound effects by Isaac Gross. Copyright by Isaac Gross. Incredible good looks, also Isaac Gross. Theme music for this episode has included The Roman Legionary by Martin Schelekins.